Halle and DDG. The match we never saw coming, but the split that we all knew was inevitable. Let's be real here. Halle made an error in judgment and DDG bit off more than he could chew. He couldn't handle her stardom and she didn't see the sign soon enough. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. It's your girl Nomi, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Halle's latest tweets and all the uproar that was caused because of it. Recently, Halle came under fire after she tweeted expressing her disappointment in her child's father for bringing her baby on a live stream. She said, "Hi everyone, just so you know I am out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on a stream tonight. I wasn't told or notified and I'm extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions of people. I am his mother and protector and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I am out of town." Afterwards, Halle deactivated her account in the wake of all the backlash. The next day though, she reactivated her account and tweeted as follows. "Yesterday, maybe I did overreact and shouldn't have brought it here. I know that Halo is always safe with his dad. I just don't like finding out with the rest of the world what my baby is doing. Thank you, Kai, for the gifts for Halo." Wait a minute, wait one goddamn minute. Excuse me? Did we forget who DDG is? Did y'all really sit up here and gaslight this woman into deactivating her account and apologizing? And for what? So her child could continue to be overexposed on social media? The lack of respect is really showing here, and that not only goes for DDG's fans, but also Halle for herself. She went for a man who was the exact opposite of everything that she was, or at least appeared to be. She allowed him to come in and tarnish her reputation on several occasions. Halle never had any drama associated with her until DDG. From the beginning of their relationship, DDG has always been attention-seeking. And not only that, but he's always been the insecure, weak link. I mean, it was only a year ago that they had a public falling out, and he was in his feelings yet again, and did what he always does, which is run to social media. Don't tell me y'all already forgot how he unfollowed Halle Bailey, and then made a slick remark saying that these girls are all the same, ain't no way. Do we not remember when Halle's older sister came out to put his ass in check? Rewind!
DDG, like, bro, what's wrong with you? Halle's not like the ones that you've been with. You will not treat her the way that you've treated these others. I don't give a freak if y'all had issues going on. That's what you won't do. Please understand that. Like, you're not going to do her the way that you did everybody else. You're not going to come to social media and try to put her on blast and insinuate or put out something to make it seem like she was doing something that she wasn't doing. You need to pipe down and get yourself together. If y'all broke up, then you need to just unfollow and just keep it pushing. You don't have to put nothing out there like that about all these girls is the same. Are you dumb?
I know y'all caught the obvious shade that he was throwing at her. He knew what a tweet like that would imply. Was it not understood that he was ready to publicly embarrass Halle instead of moving like an adult? And how is this situation any different? After being with Halle for 2 years, you mean to tell me that DDG didn't know a move like this would upset her? Because I don't know about you guys, but I personally find that very hard to believe. Let's be real here. DDG didn't become a successful YouTuber by being dumb. He is very calculated, especially when it comes to stirring up buzz around his name and profiting off of it. Is it not a coincidence that after he publicly upset Halle, he got to turn around and also be the hero and receive accolades for being an understanding, apologetic, and considerate parent? Is that not a coincidence? Because not only did he get to turn around and be the hero, but he even got the public to turn on Halle and to shame her reaction to his disrespect of her wishes for their child. But he also got the reaction and attention that he was seeking from her. Let me ask y'all a question. How many times do you think that Halle had these types of conversations with him in private before she felt like going to the internet was the only way that she could get through to him, because that is where he lives in his ego? And if this aspect of the situation is not one that resonates with you, let me make something perfectly clear. Halle and Chloe grew up in the limelight. they have always been in the public eye, so they know the uglier side of things and the extreme levels it can really get to. DDG, on the other hand, had to build himself up in order to access those spaces. It's his bread and butter. For him, there's practically no downside to being in the public eye. There is no limit on what he's been able to gain by maintaining a steady buzz around him. After all, that's how he got with Halle in the first place, right? So before this, he was willing to take their personal issues to the internet despite him knowing that Halle was never with all that. And this is why I said that Halle made an error in judgment. He showed her long before she got pregnant what type of person he was and what type of time he was on. However, much to everybody's dismay, Halle continued on with the relationship. And is it a coincidence that all of this started to happen right around the time that she was growing as a star? Why is it that every time these celebrity women are on their way up, they always either end up pregnant or publicly embarrassed by their boyfriends? Am I the only one seeing this? I mean, we had Cardi B, Keke Palmer, Simone Biles, Mona Leo, even Ciara, although she learned from it and chose better. But still, I'm pretty sure there's way more women that come to mind. Feel free to comment down below because this is a pattern that is continuously happening over and over and over again. While it was obvious to some of us from the very beginning that this relationship was not going to work out, I do still think it is very important that we show empathy to Halle. Halle is only 24 years old. She has her entire life ahead of her despite the mistakes she made in choosing this man. After all, if you were in her position, you would want someone to show you a little empathy, right? And don't get me wrong here. Despite the fact that it sounds like I completely obliterated this man, I kind of did. I don't think that he's a horrible person. I don't even think he's a horrible father, actually. What I do believe, though, is that he is insecure and he is extremely childish and he does not know how to move like a man. There's a lot of work that he could do on himself to turn this whole thing around, but that's only if he chooses to. And from the way things are looking right now, he's not going to be making that choice anytime soon. And with that said, that brings me to the end of this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Whose side were you on at the beginning of this whole spat? Or were you not on anyone's side? And did you ship DDG and Halle when they first came out as a couple? All I know is when the buzz first started going around about Halle possibly being pregnant, I realized that she was one of those people who was just going to have to learn the hard way. If you're like me and you're one of those people who doesn't have to bump their head but can actually observe others to learn from, you better be thanking God every day because you dodged many and plenty of bullets that could have taken you off of your path. Hallelujah. And that brings me to the end of this video. If you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to give your girl a great big thumbs up. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I see you watching, I see you liking, but why you not subscribing? Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you can be notified the next time that I upload. And with that said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.